So when I left Christianity and became an atheist, I learned to love inclusion. So if you've never heard of inclusion, or maybe you have a little, but you want some more information. If you work in America, most companies, and I'm not sure if it's required by law, but if it's not, it should be. Inclusion is learning about how different people live, different ethnicities, different countries, different groups, different ideologies, and learning to be tolerant and care about each other. It's very common for people to have training like this, so they can be more open and accepting to different ideologies. Kind of like for people who are in the LGBTQIA, it was created to combat racism. And yeah, it's important to tolerate people. And as long as everybody is acting in a way that is legal, what they believe helps cause inclusion, and yeah, you definitely want to accept people. However, I'm not being inclusive to people that are fascist, religious intolerance. I am not going to be tolerant of people who are homophobic. I'm going to try not to be mad at them, even though most of them are ignorant and they don't know any better, even though they do know they shouldn't be rude, but they still do that for some reason. I tolerate things that make America better. I don't tolerate things that harms people and creates scenarios of violence. I cannot do that, and I will not do that. So, inclusion is important because every ethnicity faces some kind of bigotry. And not just race, but imagine the trans, gay, bi, asexual, everything in between. Imagine growing up in a world where nobody knows what you are and how you live, and you don't feel included, special, and desired and wanted. That's something that inclusion tries to focus on and helps eradicate. And I mean, you don't have to believe in everything people believe, but that's what being an ally is. Finding groups of people and beliefs and anything good and welcoming it. And that's not the kind of environment I was raised in. And it's sad to say that a lot of Christians are not inclusive because they can't or won't see people as equal human beings that are valuable. If you're gay or don't believe in Jesus, they don't see you as someone who deserves privilege. So I always attend inclusion. I try to make every video I make on this channel to be as inclusive and interesting and educational and eye-opening as possible. And if I ever fail to do that, throw a comment down below, because, that's something I definitely want to work on. And I never claim to be an expert or anything, but what I've experienced, what I've been educated in, and how I've escaped from not knowing any better. So, I do think that America needs to be more inclusive, but just on Monday, we've selected to keep gay and non-straight marriage a legal right in the federal in the federal courts through the Supreme Court. I think that is an awesome thing to celebrate. Yes, even good things can happen on Mondays. And that's why I always tell people, celebrate the victories, for they are few and small, somewhere in between. It's sad that we have to have inclusion classes to make sure that people don't forget to be inclusive. But we do, and it's just something we're going to have to keep doing. So, hopefully people get with the program and are more tolerant.